Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Memo and I mainly draw things for a living. The Artist Starter Plan is a calendar I created to help you start learning how to draw if you're a complete beginner or get back into drawing if you haven't done it for a while. The plan goes from drawing simple lines and shapes in the first week, moving on to portrait, gesture, clothing, and full characters by the end of the 31 days. I recorded this as a series of live streams on Instagram, so unfortunately the format is portrait and there's some level of chit-chat throughout the videos. I hope you can still enjoy it, download the calendar for free, and start your own practice. It doesn't need to be the first day of the month to start, just pick day one and build up from there. Let's get started! Hey guys, welcome! Welcome! Today is day 10 of the Artist Starter Plan, and my words are not there. I'm really sorry. So today we are doing some exercises on eyes. So let's draw some eyes. I'm gonna show you how I approach drawing eyes from different perspectives, and yeah, I mean, I'm gonna show you my method, as in there are many different styles to draw eyes. Obviously, if you have a more realistic style, then your eyes are gonna look more realistic and you're gonna focus on different things. But for me, I'm gonna show you my style. So cartoony, stylized, slightly Disney-ish. Okay, so let me know if you can see this properly. Yeah, so eyes. Well, basically eyes at their most basic shape are spheres, right? So much of the things that I draw like daily are a sphere or a square or a triangle, which is the reason why I practiced those last week. Anyway, so eyes are a sphere, right? And so when you draw eyes, even if you draw them in a cartoony style like anything else, you still need to think about their 3D shape. So like when you draw an eye, you know, like you have, like this is the part that you're seeing, right? But behind, like if this is still a sphere, right? If this is the pupil, behind, you know, your face, basically like behind the skin of your face, you're still gonna have, you know, this part of the eye. So when you place the eye in the cheek, like let's say this is, sorry, let's say this is a face like we did yesterday. So when we place the eye here, we want to make sure that it's round, right? That like it doesn't sit like this or like this. Like this part underneath needs to be round, either like this or like this. So, you know, like if your cheeks are pushing your eye up because, for example, you're making like a laughing face, you're still, you know, the cheek is still going to be round. And that is something that will help you develop the 3D perspective and 3D feeling of the eye. So yeah, this is the basic theory behind eyes. Like they are spheres. Eyes equal spheres. And this is something that you should always remember. Now let's draw some eyes in different positions. So the way that I start drawing an eye, remembering that they are spheres, is that I always start actually with this little sign here. The line is basically the very inner part of your eye, and that just kind of gives me the starting point. Then I leave a little bit of space, and then I trace the lower edge of the eye, then the upper edge of the eye, and I always kind of like leave a little bit of a line here as well, of a curved line here, to show the what's it called, the like lid, I guess, the eyelid. Yeah, that's what it's called. Sorry, my words. Then I do like I change the way that I draw eyelashes so many times, but basically right now my favorite way is just to like go like that and then do like a little, you know, triangle bit at the end. Sometimes I used to, like in the past, I used to draw them more like this, kind of like more like a full, like a whole thing just getting bigger towards the end, and then add like a little single eyelash. So this was me like 2022. This is me 2024. Okay, but like you can definitely like practice different ways of drawing eyelashes. And you know, some people, I mean, also it's true that like if you're drawing like a character that is younger, I usually don't draw the eyelash at all, and that's because I don't want to give the idea that like the child or a younger character is wearing makeup, or also a character that is less feminine, someone who's like non-binary, or someone who's a guy who's not wearing makeup. In all these different cases, I don't draw an eyelash, and you know, that's fine. So when I'm sketching, I don't actually draw the pupil, right? Like I don't actually draw it when I'm sketching. What I do is that usually, let's say that this is, so let's draw like a quick face just so that I can set some, like an eye in context. There we go. So here we have very quick little face, and let's turn this down a little so that we can focus on the eye. There you go. Let's make a new layer. There you go. So if I draw an eye here, well, two eyes, always try and follow these lower, like middle parting, and make sure again that you're following in a way that it's round, so that you're maintaining the 3D aspect of it. Then I'm gonna draw the little, there you go. Adding, I'm gonna add the eyebrows as well. There you go. Okay, so this is my basic eye, right? And then I'm gonna draw the iris. Oh my god. The Instagram filter thinks that this is a face, and so it was starting to like put the filter on top of the face. That's so funny. Anyway, okay, so here we have a very basic face and very basic eyes. So I'm not drawing in this case I'm sorry, this is the iris and this is the pupil, but I'm not drawing the pupil right now because this is just a sketch. But when I actually clean this up, and so I'm gonna color it, so let's color it real quick. For coloring an eye, I usually color the iris first. So because the iris is a circle, I do this trick in Procreate where I do a circle, and then if you keep it pressed, it's gonna close. There you go. Then you can just drag the color and it's going to be colored like the bucket tool in Photoshop. And then underneath I'm gonna use an off-white color, which is what I use to draw the sclera, which is the white part of the eye. There you go. Of course, it's not very visible right now because it's like the canvas is also white. Then on top, so I'm always doing this on different layers, as you can see here, right? So I have the layer with the sclera, the layer with the iris. Then I'm gonna add a new layer, go to black, and I'm going to draw basically, color in the eyelashes. There you go. Yeah, I mean, you can always change the canvas color. There you go. If you like, so you guys can see better. And I draw underneath as well the lower bit. I don't usually draw lower eyelashes, like I'm not really a fan of lower eyelashes, but you can if, you know, that's your thing. Okay, and then, so sometimes I will just leave it like this, right? But sometimes I like to add another layer to the iris. And actually, the way that I draw the pupil these days is that I pick a color that is slightly darker than the iris and just use that color to do the pupil. So the pupil isn't black, it's just like a slightly darker color than the iris. There you go. And I find that this kind of like adds a little bit more softness to my pieces, so I enjoy it more. I used to add the white light dot to my characters, so like I would put like a little light dot here. I don't anymore. I find it too cartoony and I don't really like it. Sometimes I will use, like I will put this layer to overlay and use like a buttery yellow to do it, to just like add some sort of like a little bit of light in, but maybe like turn down the opacity as well, so like you don't really see it that much. But yeah, I mean, it's up to you. I don't really use it anymore. It's really useful to use light dots just to direct the gaze of the character better. But if you move if you basically like draw the tilt of the face and the direction of the eyes and the pupil properly, like you're still gonna be able to guess, you know, like where the character is looking. So it's not as important, I don't think. So yeah, this is the way that I draw and color eyes. Let's try and do like a couple of different eyes right now. So let me know if you want me to draw something specific as well. Like I'm just kind of like giving you guys a round, like a wide sort of overview of eyes, you know, like so that you guys can get some theory, get some, you know, live demo, and, you know, kind of like maybe compare it to how you do it. So let's create a new layer, otherwise we can't color or draw. And yeah, let's take another 5 minutes to do a few more eyes. So other types of eyes that I can think of course you have all the different expressions, so you know, like you might want to a good exercise that you might do that you might want to do right now. I'm really sorry because like my camera keeps kind of, maybe if it's a little bit further away, it will not. I'm really sorry because it keeps refocusing, because it keeps switching from like normal camera to macro. I hope that this way you're not gonna see the switching too much for the focus. But yeah, like if you want to, you could try and draw different expressions. So like the way that I do it usually is that I pre-prepare some faces just real quick, and then on top, so say that you have one face here, one here, let's do 4. Blah. Okay, so we have 4 faces here. Let's turn the opacity down a little bit. And then here, I usually do like different expressions, and you can do them super quick first, like almost like an emoji. like this, or maybe like surprise, or another expression, happiness but in a Disney way, which is like sad eyes but smile. I don't know why they always do it. Like, check it out, all the Disney princesses do this, they always smile like this. Or maybe like suspicious, like this. Okay, so usually what I do is that I draw these expressions like emojis real quick, and then I create a layer on top, and when I do my cleanup I go in and I actually, you know, draw them properly. So again, always remember these are 3D spheres, so whenever you do, even if I don't close here the sphere, this is still a sphere, right? So I just do the lower part and then the upper part. And there you go. And then let's go and clean up the surprise. Sometimes I draw the eye first, but most of the times I actually draw the eyebrow first, because that's such a big part of the emotion that is being, you know, created. And like in these cases, you know, I even draw the lid behind it because it's probably like it's more visible in this sort of expression. And then you have happy Disney princess. And then you have suspicion. Suspicion. And there you go. So we turn off this layer underneath, and here we have our eyes with different expressions. So I think this is a very good exercise. And so basically, like today's exercises could be grouped into 3 sort of groups. So I would recommend that first you do some studies of eyes. So that's exercise number 1. Let's mark them in red. There you go. Exercise number 1, do some studies and basically just try and look some references up. Thank you. Try and look some references up and maybe try and practice drawing eyes in a more 3D way. So again, this, not this. Clear? Then we move on to exercise 2, and it's this. Gone. Nope. Yes. So this is exercise number 2. Take a basic face shape and draw a pair of eyes on this face shape, making sure that you're maintaining your 3D sort of curvature, and try and color them. You can either follow my method or you can choose your own. It's perfectly fine either way. Then we have, wait, Okay. Then we have exercise 3, which is draw 4 basic face shapes. You can use also the one that you drew for the previous exercise. And try and draw first 4 expressions, but like literally super basic in like a emoji kind of style. And then you can add on top the actual polish of these expressions. And that's it. These are the 3 exercises that I would recommend you do so that you can practice a little bit drawing some eyes. I hope that you had lots of fun watching this live. It was a little bit longer than the other days. I think it's probably like 25 minutes, but I hope that it was worth it and that you take 25 minutes or half an hour out of your day to practice drawing some eyes. If you do, please do tag me in your stories, tag me in your post, or use the hashtag #ArtistStarterPlan and I will share your work. Thank you for being here, and I will see you tomorrow for more drawing faces and tips.